Just made it to Dubai. It is a little past 6 p.m. And so took about an hour and a half Kareem, which is like Uber ride from Abu Dhabi airport to here. So I'm excited to experience the next several days here in Dubai. Got a hotel here, Hyatt Place, and we're not actually in like downtown Dubai with the skyscrapers. First couple days we're actually doing in the old city here in Deira, I believe is how you say it. But we're pretty hungry, so we're gonna go grab some food somewhere close by, something in walking distance. Guy said at the reception desk said there's a decent Turkish spot just a couple blocks down, so we'll check it out. It's super lively here as we were driving in. You know, because this is the older city, there's more like shops and things like that, like just on the streets. So there's people walking around, there's food establishments. So it looks pretty lively and pretty excited for this. Get a couple days experiencing Old City, and a couple days we will be downtown, and also do one day on Palm Jumeirah. Ended up going with this Turkish place right next to the hotel. Turkish, but they got plenty of other stuff as well. Like I ordered an Afghani dish. So I got this guy, kabli, or however you say it, with the mutton shawarma. My mom got the fish hamor with like French fries. And then we also got some like juice smoothies. I got the sweet melon, and she got the apple. So I'm gonna make this quick, but first, sweet melon, which I think is just the cantaloupe juice. It's good. Oh, a lot of cantaloupe flavor. Food. And of course, some form of a bread. Oh, it's kind of thin, I like that. Typical. I believe this is essentially like a Afghani biryani. Let's try it. Super flavorful. Love the spices. All right, I'm gonna eat now. Gotta dig in. Back in the hotel room. Found myself a little orange popsicle from the supermarket. Give it a shot. Nothing crazy. We'll see what tomorrow holds. Good morning. Had a great night of sleep. Today, I got some things in the old city plan here in Deira, as well as Bur Dubai. And then we'll also, just to hear in a second, check out the hotel breakfast.
All right, here's the spread. We got first plate, mostly local food, and chicken sausage. 2 eggs over easy, mango juice, and a ton of watermelon.
Start our day here in the old city. So we're staying in Deira, but we're actually gonna take one of these traditional wooden Abra boats to get across the Dubai Creek to Bur Dubai, where we'll see some of the historic parts like the Al Fahidi district. But I'll give you a fun fact about this creek. It's actually a saltwater piece of water, because it's not a typical creek, it's actually an inlet, so it connects to the ocean. So this is actually salt water. And these Abra boats, they are 1 dirham each to get across. Looks like a lot of people use it like every day to get across. And then 1 dirham back. And those you kind of just load up, and then once the boat gets full, it'll take you across. So we'll take one of these, experience it. Alright, as you can see, we made it to the Al Fahidi historical neighborhood. This was built back in like the late 1800s. Kind of that classic walled city design that was common. Reminds me a lot of like in China, like in Beijing, there's a lot of old sort of walled cities of sorts, or walled neighborhoods that people lived in. Of course, back in like more warring times, but we'll check it out. We'll just kind of walk around, enjoy it. I think there's like an old wall, some historic things and monuments to see in this neighborhood as well. And then we actually walked by on the way in, but there's the pretty famous Arabian Tea House. So we're gonna grab lunch there is my plan. Got a little bit of time to kill until then, so we'll see how long this takes us, but pretty nice too. I bet in the summer because walled cities you get some shade. I snooped in on a tour over here. I was listening to the tour guide talk about this wall. And he was saying that like this bits, you can kind of see, I'll do a close-up B-roll shot, are made of coral. And so that people whose houses had those features were more rich, versus you might be able to see behind me the security guard. I mean, that's not fully made of palm, but that he was saying that back then the poorer people would live in houses made of those palm fronds. So kind of you can still see even back then a tiering of homes and who has more money. One of the historical things in this old neighborhood, a few that really remain, is the wall of Old Dubai. I've been reading this. You can read it for yourself, but it looks like, so basically this is like the Al Fahidi neighborhood. That's the creek that we took across earlier. I guess there used to be date plantations here and they would trade. So this wall used to be apparently here. They actually took it down to expand the area, which is, I guess, pretty on point for a place, you know, like Dubai that has been expanded so much in the past few decades. They also mentioned how it was built of coral and gypsum, similar to back there on one of the houses. How it was built with coral. Yeah, this is really all that remains. That's wild. All right, this area that we're walking in right now is known as Al Seef. It's got a lot of restaurants and shops, as you can see behind me. On my left over there is just, we're right next to the water, probably 10 feet from the water. I'm gonna keep walking straight. I'm trying to find a way to see if there's any kind of waterfront, like actual walk. Keep walking as close as we can, but some of the parts are marked off, say like authorized personnel only. But something else that I was learning is Dubai, before what it is today, was known for its pearl trade along the Silk Road. Found this peaceful little lookout. If you remember, this is where we took the boat, so we took it that way and we've walked along this way. And these two towers are known as the Rolex Twin Towers, but super peaceful. It's really nice over here in the shade as well. All right, Arabian Tea House for lunch. Lamb kebab, classic. Just had them pull out the lamb off the skewers. Classic cucumber and tomato side that they serve. And then this is like a lamb and rice. And I'm assuming this is probably some kind of yogurt, like maybe, no, not labna, but a dip. Just finished lunch at the Arabian Tea House. Very good. We got a lamb kebab as well as a lamb and rice dish. I was a little worried because prime lunch hour is super busy. We got there and there was a little bit of a line. The line moves super quick and the food comes out relatively quick. You get seated inside. It's actually quite nice in there. It's great natural light, but they actually have AC. And the floor is also these little pebbles, these white pebbles. And we're curious how they keep it clean because, you know, people drop food, but it's very clean in there. So right now we're gonna head back across the creek and then walk around the gold souk as well as the textile and spice markets around there. Gold souk is mostly outdoors, but a couple tidbits is for those worried about authenticity, which is always a worry. Dubai does a lot to try to make sure that everything is authentic. I think I even heard that, you know, once a month they basically go around these stores and grab a few random things and test it for gold. And if it's not real, they get arrested. There's a bunch of news articles about that. And the other thing is there's this thing called a make fee, which is essentially, you know, a cost to like modify jewelry or make something custom. And we're just in the gold center, is what we just left. And that building is full of shops that have zero make fee. And so, you know, it's a very popular place to go, other than just the stalls outside. So definitely check that out if you're here and looking to buy some gold. slight change of plans, and currently we're inside the Burj Al Arab, the world's only 7-star hotel. I'm not staying here, but we had a reservation for afternoon tea at the Skyview Lounge and restaurant on the 27th floor. 5 minutes into the Uber ride over, they called us saying basically they didn't have enough time to prepare. So they canceled it, but we're still coming. They said, you know, they refund us the money for the reservation, and we'll just have a couple a la carte cocktails and things like that. Here we are at the Skyview Lounge on the 27th floor of Burj Al Arab. Behind me, I don't know if you guys can see too well because of the lighting. Palm Jumeirah over here on my right shoulder. And then downtown Dubai, all the way over there. Gonna be at Palm Jumeirah tomorrow. But for those wondering why I was wearing my North Face coat all the way here in Dubai, it's because there's supposed to be like a smart, elegant dress code. And I was worried that this simple long sleeve wouldn't be enough. So I kind of put that on over just in case, but it's way too hot to be wearing that. So I got a Negroni. The waiter said it's his favorite that they have. So he said I look like a Negroni guy, even though I'm not. But finished up at the Skyview Lounge. Honestly, in Burj Al Arab, the 7-star hotel, obviously I'm not staying here, but I honestly don't really see like what's so grand about it to make it a 7-star hotel. Like, is it a nice hotel? Sure. But I don't see what makes it any different than any like nice 5-star hotel. As far as the actual like Skyview Lounge goes, the waiter, service man was great, really nice, but I thought it was really weird behind by the aesthetic. It seemed really weird, like there was blue and green going on, but it seemed like almost old, and I couldn't tell if it was on purpose or not. And the view was great, obviously. Palm Jumeirah on one side, downtown Dubai on the other. We stayed for the sunset on purpose, and I expected some cool colors and stuff. I took a time lapse, and before the sun even hit the horizon, it got covered by the haze. And do I ultimately really recommend? I mean, if you really want to go see it, sure, but in all honesty, probably save your money, go somewhere else. The afternoon tea, like we were supposed to have the reservation, and they canceled. So that was unfortunate. They have a very popular afternoon tea on the first floor restaurant in the atrium here. Pretty massive, really tall atrium. But I just don't see what's so amazing about it. So yeah, next we're gonna head to the Dubai Mall, I think. Look around, stay up late because the plan is tomorrow morning to kind of sleep in. So Dubai Mall doesn't close till like midnight. In the Dubai Mall, other than your usual, stores and things like that, and of course they have, some stores I've never seen before, the non-American brands, there's a Chinatown inside of the mall. Look at these sick neon signs behind me. That is really cool. And then on the other side, the lanterns. Super cool. So we're gonna check this out. I believe they only opened the Chinatown part maximum like 1 or 2 years ago. Even though it's 10 p.m., we hadn't had dinner yet, so not too hungry, honestly, but probably gonna get hungry a little bit later. So we had some food at the Chinatown food court, and there's a lot of great options, all the Chinese classics, a lot of my favorites, and ended up getting some beef noodle and some soup dumplings. Noodle was good, but wish there was more noodle and more meat, honestly. But the soup dumplings were all right. They were okay. Nothing crazy. Definitely have had better. It is almost midnight. Just made it back to the hotel. Did a lot today. Saw Deira Bur Dubai. We went to Burj Al Arab. Went to Dubai Mall. We walked around just about all of the malls, so a lot of stuff today, and tomorrow's more of a relaxing day, so I am going to get ready for bed, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow.